a wider FOV. That's what I want, a fucking wider FOV. You got 4K resolution screens. Get a fucking wider FOV on this motherfucker. The Meta Quest, and it has been announced. It was already announced, but we've gotten a price reveal and I think a few specs. Now, this is one of the things that was sent to me literally right before we started, so I was rushing to just throw stuff together. I don't have a lot of information on this thing besides this heck of a price that's been announced, and I have the website pulled up here in front of me. And Nick, hopefully you can help me out here. Hopefully you got some info you can fill in the blanks, but we'll get into what specs we do know of here in a sec. But I wanted to jump into the thing that everybody's going to be, I guess, pointing the finger at, is the price. So the Quest, it's the Meta Quest or the Oculus Quest, whatever you want to call it, the Quest and the Quest 2, they both came out around, I know there were two models of each, and they were both about $400 to $500. I think the highest model was $500. Now they've gone up in price now, I believe. Were they $299?
Well, no, it was actually it was $390. It was $299 and $399.
Okay.
When I bought it was $299. Yeah.
Okay, so the one I have the Oculus or Meta Quest 2, and it's the 256 or whatever. Yeah, it's 256 gigabyte, and I think it cost me, like usually, it cost me $400.
Yeah.
Now they've gone up $100 now, I think. So I think that, I guess they still are. They're each one's $100 more. So now you can get one for $500. So the max amount of money you're spending on one of these Quests is $500. So the Quest Pro. The Meta Quest Pro is out now, and it's supposed to be a beefy little boy. But god damn, it's $1,500?
You thought your HTC Vive was expensive?
The fuck? Yeah, I know, right? I've been sitting here talking about how, I want a fucking, what is it, the Valve Index. I've got the Index controllers, but I don't have the headset. Not because I couldn't afford it or anything, but because it's $499 for the headset. Now, that doesn't include controllers and base stations and all that, but Jesus, that thing is a monster, and it's not $1,500. I do think that if you get the whole kit that comes with base stations, the controllers, the headset, the whole shebang for the Valve Index, it's like $1,300 or $1,200, something. It's on up there. But damn. The Quest Pro is $1,500 fucking dollars. Now, I will give it this. Everything, my understanding is that everything is built into it, so you don't have to have anything else. It is wireless, and that's what's been holding me back from getting a new headset. Is I said next PC VR headset I get, I want to be wireless and have a wider FOV. Those are the two big things I'm looking for: wireless, FOV. And it seems like this is definitely wireless. Do you have any? Have you seen any numbers or anything that say what the FOV could be on it? I was trying to find specs on it. I couldn't find specifics.
It says a high per eye resolution of 2160 by 2160.
Okay, I mean, that's good. It's 4K. It's gonna have 4K per eye.
106 degree horizontal, 96 degree diagonal.
100 and what?
106 degree horizontal, 96 degree diagonal. So it's got a pretty decent FOV.
That's not really any. My numbers could be off here, but I don't think that's because FOV, when they usually talk about it, they talk about the diagonal. They talk because that's the widest one, and they say like the. I know that like the Vive.
Well, the Quest 2 has an 89 degree. Let me look this up.
I think it's around 100.
It says horizontal FOV 89 degrees plus or minus 4. The Valve Index at 108 degrees horizontal FOV.
Well, the Valve Index, you can actually increase it has a little bit. It has the widest of the main headsets. It has the widest of all of them.
It's not a PIMAX or whatever.
Oh yeah, the Pimax has like 200, but it gets all kind of weird and distorted on the edges. But
yeah.
So what? This isn't a consumer grade?
No, apparently I've heard, and like I said, I was going to go off on this until I started reading more about it. Apparently, there's going to be a Meta Quest 3 come out that's going to be a consumer product. It's going to be a better program, better headset, of course. But apparently this one is meant for like, you know, kind of like the
like
HoloLens.
VR arcades and stuff like that.
Yeah, with the HoloLens or something like that, where
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be an AR VR headset, and you're going to be able to, like, you know, the early intention of VR is supposed to be, you know, no longer going to the office, but being in the office in VR and having your controllers and being able to draw with a pad and stuff like that. And
that's what HoloLens was,
I think that's. Yeah, I think that's what this is meant for. Do I want it? Yeah, I want it, but I'm not gonna. I might as well just buy the 4080 or 4090 GPU graphics card instead of buying this, because they're both the same price, and it's just like we're unfortunately at this point, Jacob, we're gonna be seeing these prices whether we like it or not. The MetaQuest 3 is probably gonna be $800 when it comes out. Like it's just nonsense. It's the price of inflation is the problem. It would never be $1,500 with the. But this is like Apple pricing.
If they came out with the MetaQuest Pro or 3 or what, their new headset, consumer-wise, if they came out with a new consumer headset that was wireless, had good battery life, it had, you know, the 4K, the good display, you know, all the things we expect. Like it had a good displays, it was quality in all those ways, comfortable, etc., etc. It was wireless and it worked with PC. It was PC VR. And had solid controllers and all that, and a wider FOV. That's what I want, a fucking wider FOV. You got 4K resolution screens. Get a fucking wider FOV on this motherfucker. You know, give me a wider one. I mean, yes, a lot of these 100 to 110 degree FOVs that we're getting, you hit that sweet spot and you kind of tune out that peripheral. I get, but still, I want that one that's just beyond where I can see, you know.
You want similar to, like, you know, stepping into a holodeck or something like that, where it's just like you put it on and it's just it's like your own field of view. You know, the only thing I've noticed, I haven't tried the HT or the Valve Index, is putting on the Meta Quest. You know, you forget that it's like rounded, you know, FOV circles or whatever, and that they only like spread so far. But you know, this headset's also supposed to, if I read this right, it's supposed to render only what you're looking at. It's kind of like, you know, a video game of some
that's
sorts,
like eye tracking. Yeah, it's supposed
to.
That's a thing with a lot of the new headsets where they track where your eyes are looking, and it's rendering. That gives it more, where it doesn't use up as much computing power, because it's only rendering, like hardcore rendering, what you're looking at, and all the other stuff like the peripheral is a little bit like fuzzier. Now, the only issue you run into there is if you got to make sure it's fast enough to when you quickly look this way that everything renders like immediately.
Yeah.
But I mean,
this is like Apple pricing. This is like what Apple's VR headset is going to cost. It's probably going to cost like $3,000, because if this is what MetaQuest Pro 2s or MetaQuest Pro is charging, the Apple VR headset is going to be expensive.
Well, and that was the thing that I liked about the Quest. I mean, I like the Quest. It's a very cool headset, and it's probably, I use it more than my other ones now because it's just really easy and it does connect to the PC. But
yeah,
it was a cheap alternative. That's why the Quest did so well. Not because, yes, it's convenient. That's definitely part of it. Its biggest claim to fame, the thing that got it out there in so many households, is because it was $300, $300, as opposed to the Valve Index that just headset alone is $500. Or all these other ones cost so much more money. That's why it had mass appeal, because it was cheap, but it was still quality.
Yeah, that's
product.
why I bought it. So
exactly, because it was affordable and people could get into it. I get that this is a prosumer thing. If they come out with the MetaQuest 2 Pro thing, whatever, the one meant for us, and it's wireless, wider FOV, and cool controllers, and you had thrown out $800, that's a bit much. But I would be tempted. Not $1,500, but if they came out with that motherfucker at $500, fuck yeah, I'd buy it.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like the MetaQuest 2, I hate saying MetaQuest. The Quest 2,
yeah, that name sucks.
Yeah, it does. Has the ability to connect to the PC wirelessly too, and even like as long as you have a good like internet connection, but connecting it with a wire, it looks pretty good. Like I playing Half-Life Alyx or something like that, or Red Planet 2,
Red Matter.
Red Matter 2. Thank you, Red Matter 2.
Yep.
Like it actually looks pretty good for a headset that was originally only $300.
It absolutely does.
Yeah, but like you said, I don't know if like the Valve. The problem is the Valve Index is like what 5 years old now, so they need to update it.
It's not 5 years old. It's only like 3 years old now. The
Oh.
Index. Now, I mean, they are saying that an Index 2 is probably coming, and as advanced as the Index was, I couldn't imagine. And where headsets are now, I couldn't imagine an Index 2 coming out and it not being like above and beyond all of these. How much it's going to cost, I
Right.
don't know. But Valve doesn't seem like they're in the business of ripping off their consumers, so I assume they're gonna make it cost. I think that Valve wants to keep it around the same price point of the last one. Maybe I have no basis for that. I'm just talking out my ass. Maybe I just want Papa Gabe to be better than everybody else. I don't know, but I don't know. But you are right with the price of things and inflation. And that they see that they can get away with it. And I mean, we see PlayStation doing it with the price of their console. We see MetaQuest doing it with their headsets, and everything's just going. And they really want to get these new products out because instead of raising the price, what they'll do is they'll just come out with a new product, phase out the other one, and raise it at or have it come out at a higher price, which is fucked up. We're gonna start talking about economy in a minute, and don't get me started on that, but. Yeah, well, these headsets don't need to cost this much because if they ever want VR to take off in the mass appeal, they have to be affordable. And at $1,500 or even $800, that's not everybody's not going to have that. You've got to make it to where
I mean,
lots of people can get them.
Yeah, at this point, way we're headed. Like, even the Meta Quest 2 is gonna be a hard sell. It's the unfortunate nature of just the way life's going, but. It just $1,500 is a lot of money. $1,500 is what some people pay on their rent each month. It's just they're not going to pay for a Meta Quest 2 or a Meta. God damn it, they're not going to pay for a Quest Pro. I'm just saying that. Fuck it, they're not paying for the Pro.
Yeah, so. And I'm looking here on the site, and once again, I didn't get to read through this whole thing. I'm just kind of clipping things out. It looks as if the battery life on it is bad. It says it sounds like the battery life is very bad, is their words.
Oh my god.
So, if I'm paying $1,500 for a fucking VR headset, nothing about it better be very bad. Like, everything about it better be fucking awesome. Like, yeah, I don't know. But, like you said, I mean, I'm taking your word on it. This is more of not consumer grade. This is more like for VR cafes and stuff like that where they're doing that stuff. So if that be the case, those things always cost more money. I don't know why, because you look at them and their feature sets typically not any more than regular things, like especially with VR headsets. But hey, whatever, maybe they're pricing it just to what the market is. So okay, but I'm interested to see what is their next thing with the consumer grade. What's their next consumer grade thing? And if so, why are they making such a big deal about this fucking thing if it's obviously you're leading people to think this is the next headset? $1,500 for the consumer. Jesus Christ, but I ain't getting it. That's for damn sure. Consumer or not. Fuck that shit. But let us know in the comments below if you plan on getting the Meta Quest Pro ever. Or if you have a Meta Quest or any headset, and if you like it, and if you think that any of them are worth $1,500. Let us know in the comments below.